Hello. Welcome to our new studio.
Ish.
Ish.
Just our new roof.
Just our new roof. We are going to do a short video about...
It probably won't be short, let's be honest.
Yeah, about our experience with the quarantine here in Peru.
Yeah, so I found some questions. They're meant to be for students. A teacher put them together for classes online, but I've seen a few other people doing this,
Yeah.
and it's relevant. I'll link a video down below of the person I saw doing it. So we're just going to jump right in. I have
Yeah.
the questions on my phone.
Yeah.
And
I don't think... I haven't seen these questions, so it'll be new for me.
I mean,
Have you reviewed them?
I watched the video.
Ah, okay. Well,
Yeah. What did the government announce today? Nothing has really been announced today.
So the last declaration of any kind came on Sunday, I believe it was, that there was a slight modification to an already existing curfew.
It was Friday. Oh, no, Sunday.
It was Sunday.
Yeah.
So an already existing curfew. So the curfew went from 8 p.m. to 5 a.m., but I believe they changed it to 6 p.m. to 5 a.m., I believe.
So we've been, just for some background,
Yep.
we've been like on quarantine, and Peru's borders have been closed for over 2 weeks now.
Yep. So they announced on the 15th of March that on the 16th there was going to be a border closure and essentially a stay-at-home order.
Yep.
That's what the president said on the 15th on Sunday. So then on Monday it was active. So we've been essentially holed up indoors since then.
And it's been extended. Right now it's meant to go until April 12th.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised if it gets extended again.
Right.
There is a rumor going around, and I guess by the time this video gets posted, we'll know if it's a rumor or not, that in a few days' time, until the 12th, which is meant to be the end of quarantine or stay at home, there's just 24 hours of not leaving your house.
A 24-hour curfew, in other words, essentially.
What is open in your neighborhood and what is closed? So I'm going to let Clint answer this one because I actually haven't left the house at all.
Yeah.
I'm part of the higher risk category for the coronavirus. So I've been home. This is an all-time best for me not leaving the house.
Or all-time worst, depending on how you look at it. Almost everything is closed. There's a few little shops, little bodegas, little stores that are open around the neighborhood. A few of them have still been getting a small trickle of supplies. So, for example, we're able to get our eggs down on the corner, half a block down the street.
Which is amazing.
Yeah, but almost everything else is closed. The supermarkets remain open.
But with restrictions. Like you're not able to get into the regular supermarket unless you're wearing a mask.
Right. Things have been closing early.
Yep.
None of the telecom offices are open. It's very difficult to pay bills.
Yeah.
Almost impossible, actually. Banks remain open, but I think they have abbreviated hours as well.
And just everything has such a line because they're
Yeah.
they're only letting a certain amount of people into places.
Right.
So there's just always a line. Clint tried to do some banking at the beginning of the week.
Yeah.
And just not possible.
There was a line going out both banks, well, all the banks really, joining around the block.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you could do it, but you'd be in line for probably an hour or
Yep.
two. It's just insane.
Yep. What does your neighborhood look like? Are people walking around?
Very little.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot quieter than what it normally is. We are near a fairly busy intersection that's normally quite busy, normally.
Right.
And it's been pretty dead. I mean, you still see cars.
Right. You can hear it. I mean...
Yeah. There's birds. That's
right.
it.
and a noted lack of honking horns.
Yeah.
So, it's really quiet right now.
You do see a few people walking around. Most people are wearing masks.
Right.
A few, maybe a week ago, we did see some national police on the corner of the intersection I was just talking about, and they were stopping cars because you're meant to get special approval from the government to leave your house, although most people aren't doing that.
Right.
So, but they only did that for a day.
Yeah, only one day. I don't understand what the deal was there. Although we have seen them doing the same drill at other intersections.
Oh, really?
Since then, so
Didn't know that.
maybe they are rotating it. I don't know.
Yeah. How is today different from yesterday for you, your family, nation, and the world?
I would say us as a house, nothing's different. But I think that the world is really like, I think globally people are coming to grips.
The world changes every day.
Right. I think people are coming to grips with how serious this is. Like the number of cases and the number of deaths continue to increase, especially in certain spots, and that's the number of cases is increasing. But when you look at like the whole global picture, the number of people who are infected, even in the most infected places, the percentages are low. But I guess all that is a subjective term anyway.
Yeah.
Like, what is low?
Yeah.
What is a low death rate for families who have lost people?
Yeah. No such thing.
There's no such thing. But at the same time, there's a lot of discussion about whether or not we should be shutting down the global economy in order to fight this particular virus. I am not an expert in that field, so I have no idea to say, what the correct response is.
Yeah.
But there are definitely families who are completely and irrevocably changed by this outbreak, and for them it's a big deal. And so being sensitive to that is important. So I think generally, how has the world changed from day to day? I mean, it's only, I think, increasing in the number of cases, and my tune could be completely different in a month. I mean, they're talking about a massive spike in cases and deaths in the coming weeks, which is super important. Mm-hmm. And even if, looking at overall populations, it remains small, it's still a lot of people, a lot of families that are affected, a lot of changed lives. And that's not nothing.
And I would say we saw this morning that, I think it was just in the U.S., unemployment, everywhere, obviously, unemployment rates are rising, but, like, the unemployment rates in the United States are just...
historically high.
Yeah. And, like, so it's not just people getting sick.
Yeah.
It's people losing their jobs, losing their houses, losing their apartments, it's a whole lot of stuff.
Yep.
Do you see any examples of racism, privilege, and income inequality in any of the events that happened today, locally or at a state level, nationally, or the world? I haven't been out of the house, so I can't say too much about that, but I do have a couple of coworkers that have Asian heritage, and this was even 2 weeks ago. They were telling us about instances that they had, and this is in the United States since my jobs are in the United States. I've heard from a couple people that I work with, and that was a few weeks ago when people still weren't like super serious about the coronavirus, and so I can only imagine that it's worse now.
Yeah.
So that's all I can really say about that.
I imagine that there are instances of issues with inequality. So, for example, especially in the United States, we have a healthcare system that's literally the laughingstock of the industrialized world. We've heard news reports of people who don't have health insurance who are denied care. One of them was a young man,
Younger
teenage
than
guy,
us. Yeah.
who died because he didn't have access to insurance, and as far as I could tell, didn't know that he was at risk, and that's terrifying.
Yeah, he got turned away and then died a few days later.
So,
of
cases of inequality, absolutely.
Right.
In our immediate area, we're in one of the, if I'm being honest, more swanky areas of town, and, we don't have a lot to worry about. There's supplies that are available to us at all times. All in all, I think we're probably one of the more lucky groups, definitely.
Yeah. And, we can't really speak for what's happening in the rest of the city in lower income areas.
We have no data that's like location-wise where these cases are. We don't know, are there more cases in Lima than the rest of the country? Almost assuredly there are. Where are these cases happening? Where are folks contracting this stuff in Peru? We have literally no information.
It's nice in the United States because
And if you know information about Peru, link it
please.
Below. We're curious because we have no idea.
In the States, we've been paying attention because obviously we have lots of friends and family there, and you get a breakdown by county.
Yeah, it's a huge amount of information.
And here it's just countrywide, so we're a bit in the dark.
Yep.
So, did you see anything today that gave you anxiety or fear, either in person, in the news, or on social media?
No.
I have anxiety, but I've definitely felt like an increase in like day-to-day anxiety. And Clint checks the news like a lot every day. And I would say every time I see Clint checking the news and like reading the stuff about coronavirus, there's like a marked like tick up in my anxiety. But I don't want that to stop me from like being informed, because I would rather be informed than be an ostrich with my head stuck in the ground. And so my anxiety is not bad, although I haven't really been sleeping. But I would say, since I don't really leave the house, nothing is like changing that much in my anxiety. I think since all this has started, my anxiety has changed, but from day to day since it started, it hasn't really changed.
Yeah.
So then the companion question to that is, did you see anything today that gave you hope, either in person, in the news, or on social media?
Not today, but yesterday I saw Samuel L. Jackson Stay the Fuck at Home.
We'll link that below.
That was fun.
Yeah. Everyone likes Sammy J.
Yeah.
Hope. I would say, again, nothing specific for the day, but in general, just having people living here, because we're all stuck at home, having people that are probably in general, not even just like with this, but are in general more positive than me. I'm a bit pessimistic.
A bit.
But having people living here, we have our friends Rachel and Billy here, and Clint is obviously an optimist. And so just being around more hopeful people and being able to hang out, watch movies, play games, is really, really hopeful to me.
I can't say enough about having them here with us at this time. Like, it's
really
it's
lucky.
A game changer.
Yeah. What does your family need today that you might not have enough of, or have no access to acquire? We're really lucky.
Yeah.
So I can't think of anything that we don't have.
Yeah, we are not in a dire situation whatsoever.
Yeah, we both have our jobs. Nothing. Yeah. Clint's hours have decreased.
Yeah, my jobs have dramatically changed. So, again, I'm sure I'm lucky in that category as well.
And we have savings.
Right.
Which is lucky.
Right. I'm sure that other Peruvians are experiencing far more disruption in their employment than I am.
Yeah, we have jobs, we have food, we have water.
The only thing I'm concerned about is I don't have as much access to cheese. But then again, since I came from Wisconsin to Peru, I haven't really had that good access to cheese.
That's
just being real.
Yeah.
But on the scale of living,
we have all that we need.
We have more than what we need.
Yep. What do you and your family have that others may need? Probably all those things that we listed. We have enough food. I know some people that are stuck in like self-isolation alone, and we have people. We have a house that we can stay in, where I know a lot of travelers have been stuck in Peru.
Yep.
Hotels and hostels are closing, and they don't have anywhere, so there's a lot of things that I'm sure people don't have access to that we do.
Yeah.
And that's the last question.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't really have anything else.
Yeah, overall, our quarantine experience has been, I'm sure, orders of magnitude better than a lot of folks that are experiencing the world. And, we've talked a lot about ways that we can help in this, but,
it's hard.
We feel very limited in that. In that, it's hard to know.
I think one of the hardest things about this is that we all feel fairly helpless, and it's not a comfortable situation, I think, for anyone.
Yeah.
So
definitely. And if you know of ways to help remotely from home, comment below. We'd love to participate. We have a lot of time on our hands. We definitely could apply ourselves to helping out in any way we can in the community if it's possible.
Yep.
But yeah, we hope that you all are safe and not going too stir crazy, and doing what you can to keep you and your family afloat. Any comments about your experience?
Yeah.
Leave them below.
We want to know what's going on in the rest of the world, so let us know where you are and what's happening. And if you want to answer these questions, we'll put them in the description box because we want to know what's happening. And if we can be social from a distance, why not?
Yeah. Alrighty. Until next time.
Bye.